good morning. It's Tuesday. I think it's the 21st of April, it's somewhere around there anyway. It's the Tuesday that's closest to that. It's a bit chilly, but I thought I would stick the cameras on the bike, just come out and do a bit of a film, just like a commuting film really. I know a lot of you have been stuck at home. Don't you tell me you've not been out. Hands up how many's been out for a sneaky blast. I haven't been out for a sneaky blast, I've just been going to work. Which is where I'm headed now. It is 6:22 and we're heading to Nottingham. It's about 18 miles from where I live. So I normally work in operating theatres, but at the moment, because of the COVID, we're not operating. So why am I going to work? Well, we have a ward that's full of patients at the moment that we've taken from the trust to free up space in the trust. So, and they're quite old and demented, and our poor ward staff are being run ragged. So I've been helping out on there a bit. I don't do ward work, theatres is my domain, but I go up and do what I can. So I'm doing a 12-hour shift today. A lot of it's just, well, I say a lot of it, all of it is just donkey work, to be honest. But I'd rather be doing that than doing nothing. And guess what? I think they're nearly all COVID positive now. We were supposed to be only having non-COVID patients, but it turns out they've all got COVID. So where they've contracted it from, I don't know, but it's starting to have a bit of an effect on the staffing now, on with the ward staff, the nursing staff on the ward. So I've had a few dropping off because they've, well, possibly got COVID now. We were barrier nursing them before to the government's recommended regulations with the PPE, but I think even an amoeba could see that that was inadequate dealing with this disease. So touch wood, I haven't come down with it yet. That could just be a matter of time though, as I'm sure you're aware. So where are we now? We've just left my village, which is a village called Bottisford, B-O-T-T-E-S, near Beaver Castle. We've just gone through a little village called Orston, and now we're heading over towards a wee village called Carcolston, which is very picturesque. Yep, what is that? So we've got this beautiful sunny dry weather at the minute. It's a bit nippy, but I'm sure you're all really frustrated, as I am, because I was off since Friday, so that's Saturday, Sunday, Monday over the weekend, not being able to get out on your pride and joy, which is a right pain in the bum, isn't it? So we're all suffering from COVID one way or another. I can't wait until things get back to normal. So a bit of a left-right. What's that all over the road? Oh, it's just water. I don't smell diesel. The thing is with these roads now, these back lanes, you get more and more heavy trucks using them, because there's a few battery farms. There was one just the other side of Orston when we came through there. Quite a big thing as well. So now you get all these massive trucks using these tiny little back lanes, which really, it's not good, it's not good. I went round this sequence of bends up here last week and came face to face with a truck that was sort of in the middle of the road because he has to be to get his trailer round. Nearly pooped my ninnies. So this is just coming into Colston now, which is rather well to do. Some rather fine... Oh, shitting out. I don't know what that is. There's some rather fine properties around here. That did feel a bit squirrely when my tyre touched that, actually. Let's try and avoid that stuff. Black cat. Ginger cat. Yes, it's a rather quaint little village. Have I got time for a quick photo? Yes, I think I have. Right, get to work, you idiot. You're going to be late now. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'll be fine. So this bit here is the old A46. This is what you used to have to use to get you to out to Lincoln from if you lived in Leicester. It could take you 2 hours, I think, something. It was ridiculous the amount of time it used to take. Now over there's a bit of a bypass, well, a big bypass, and it's all dual carriageway now, which is pretty fabulous if you want to go to Lincoln. I find it's better to just escape Lincoln. What a beautiful day. So this is near a place called Bingham. I don't know why I'm telling you all this. It's not like a cultural tour through Midlands, East Midlands. I keep checking to see if the camera's still down there near my foot. A couple of weeks ago I lost a drift ghost, a Ghost S. It was on my top box. Like an idiot, I'd not clipped it in to the bracket properly and it fell off. And some people being what they are, I mean, it was obvious where it came from and where I parked my bike all day because the card in it. I had recorded this trip in the morning because I was going to do this 2 weeks ago. And then when I lost that camera, I was on a bit of a downer. A bit of a downer. It feels like it's getting a little bit busier. Every day there seems to be a few more cars around. So I don't know whether more companies are just going back to work or what. I don't know. Let's have a bit of sport mode. Bloody 35 miles an hour. It's bad enough coming down this stretch of road. It's bad enough coming down this stretch of road with these bloody average speed cameras all over the shitting place. Let alone following someone who then dawdles at 35. Nottingham now is an absolute pain in the arse for average speed cameras everywhere. And you can sort of forget that you're on the road with the speed cameras on, especially if they've just been installed. They're all around the ring road now. They're on roads like this. A lot of the roads in the countryside are becoming 50 mile an hour. For what reason? We seem to be going backwards in speed. You know, for everybody who wants to use the roads, you've got to go slower to get to your destination. And yet they put forward this massive argument that you can save 20 minutes by using HS fricking 2, which is going to cost billions and billions of pounds. Well, great. One train can get you to somewhere you don't want to be 20 minutes faster, but everybody else, you've got to piss about going 10 miles an hour slower everywhere. So there's absolutely, and I don't like swearing on this channel, but that is absolutely moronic with the amount of money that that's going to cost. So rant over about that, but you know, speed in this country is going backwards. And you can cite as many pedestrian figures as you like. Make the place safer then. Make the street furniture safer. The railings for pedestrians, the bits where they need protecting, make those safer. Put bridges over main roads. This is, not this, but those things, those boxes, are the easiest form of transport for most people to get around. And also, rant number 2 coming up, if you look at how much it costs to go on a train, you could probably make that journey in your car or on your bike 4 or 5 times, because the tickets are so expensive. And then for the privilege of buying an overpriced ticket, you get to stand up the whole way. Public transport in this country is absolutely shite. The buses stink and don't go where you want, and if they're anything like the buses through my village, there's probably 2 a day. There's about 2 buses a day. Now granted, the train system from my village is better, because that takes you straight into Nottingham or straight into Grantham for, I think it's £6.10 return, and you don't have to pay for parking, obviously. If you want to have a drink, you can have a few drinks, but the last train back is at some ridiculous time. It's 9:30 in the evening or something. 10 o'clock, I think, the very latest you could possibly get back to my village. So that's not much of a night out, really, is it? I hate these bends. I don't know why I hate these bends, I just hate these bends. They're bouncy and bumpy. It always freezes there when it's really cold, and it's cold this morning. I don't think it's cold enough for frost or ice, but it's still pretty cold. But I just hate those bends. And I saw a guy last year, I was going out of those bends, just about got his knee down. He must have been doing 80 miles an hour coming out of those bends. He was absolutely flying, which made me think, well, maybe they're not as bad as I thought, but it's just a section of road that I don't like very much. Puts me on edge, it does. It's a bit of a crap lane anyway, the amount of potholes there are down it. Potholes, gravel down the middle of the road, uneven sections. This is a village called Lamley, the Robin Hood, because we're in Robin Hood country. And I don't care what you say in Sheffield, you can't have our Robin Hood. Synonymous with Nottingham, I'm afraid. It wasn't Robin of Sheffield, was it? It was Robin of Sherwood. And I think we'll find that's in Nottinghamshire. There is also a Sherwood in Nottingham, which is not far from where I work. So this is where I lost my bloody camera last week. I was coming down this hill through these shark's teeth, and it got bounced off. But no one has had the decency to bring me my camera back. People of Lamley. Bastards. So I have been getting out on my push bike actually, which has done me the world of good. I should have done it 18 months ago when I had my hip done. I had a operation to resurface my hip, same as Mr. Murray. And I said that at the time, I'll use cycling as a form of physio, and I never actually bothered getting my bike out. For some reason I'd had a bit of a fallout with the push bike, and I couldn't be bothered, quite basically. So because we're not allowed out on these bad boys, I thought, well, there's no excuse now, I'll just get me push bike out. And it's a really nice bike. It's all carbon and all the rest of the shiz, and I've put so much tonnage on in the meantime. I need to get the weight off as well, so I got my mileage up to 35 now. Did 35 miles the other morning. Nearly broke me. It's exhausting doing that mileage now. I used to do, me and a mate of mine, we'd go out on a Saturday morning from Lincoln and do 90 miles out to the Wolds. Morning, Neil, if you're watching. They were knackering rides as well. I remember we famously broke someone on one of those rides. His wife had to come and pick him up. But they were, you know, not out of the ordinary, really. 70, 80, 90 miles. I couldn't do that nowadays, Jesus. Apart from the extra baggage I'm carrying around. So, dieting like mad, trying to lose that as well now. So we're just in, I'll tell you where we are now. We're in Crumble territory. We're in the Crumble territory. He lives down this way somewhere. When you see him on the start of his rides out, he's normally riding the other way up this road. He does make me laugh, that man. So this is Arnold in Nottingham, and there's normally a camera van sitting on that side of the road somewhere. Oh, I'm not looking forward to today. Although, speaking to a colleague yesterday, I think they've discharged a few, but because of the position with the nursing staff, they've discharged a few, but the work rate stayed about the same because there ain't no one looking after the patients. And some of the patients have been in hospital for so long now that they're quite institutionalised. So they seem to think you're there as their lackey. I don't mind helping them out, but I'm not your generalised gopher, love. And you do have to make them do stuff themselves, because otherwise they'll just leave you to do everything. Anyway, enough moaning. I'll see you in another 12 hours. Cheerio for now. Well, hey you guys. How you doing? How's your day been? Mine's been busy. Well, I say busy. It's been busy at times and then not too bad at other times. But the busy times have been very busy. We've got some very, very sick patients, and it does make quite a few demands on you, let's say. A few COVID positive, so lots of on and off of gowns and face shields and masks and all that jizz. So yeah, glad to get out. It's now 7:30 p.m. We did get some of our patients from last week out and discharged, so they went back home. So that was quite satisfying, but unfortunately the patients we've got left are the ones that demand the most care. They're the ones that are the sickest now as well. So those girls on the ward, they deserve a frickin' medal. They've been doing that for weeks. I've been doing it for the last couple of weeks. Tough, man, it's tough. So it's quite a nice evening. It's a bit chilly still. We've still got, oh Jesus, we've still got that fairly firm easterly breeze. It's keeping the temperatures pegged back, especially at this end of the day. So back through Lamley. That's a shit place to come up across a fat cyclist taking up a lot of the road. Jizz machine, in my opinion. Look at that. Beautiful. See, this is where you need two suns, isn't it? You want one over there and then the identical one over there, so you can then park the bike and take a photo of it with the sun hitting the side of the bike with the other sun over there. Of course, then you'd have perpetual light, wouldn't you? You'd never have to do another night shift. Your entire life would be day shifts. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Pheasant! Hell! Sucker for a photo. So back through Austin, just over this little bridge, lovely little trout stream. Oh, I love where I live. I love this countryside. It's just a beautiful place. So lucky to live where I do. Train line to Nottingham. Right folks, that's me done. I'm a bit jiggered. I'm looking forward to having a beer, something to eat, and buggering off to bed. Well, I need a shower first because I stink, and I'm probably covered in COVID as well. So that's me. I've been Motor Mogul. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Don't forget to leave a like and a subscribe to me as well. Please. Thank you.